while it's all going on, let's use it while we can.
So you know what you should.
Good morning, signature agents. Jennifer, you need to move. Come on over here. I don't want all those folks at home that are lovelyly watching this on YouTube, thank you for being here. For all of you, thank you for being here. It's going to be a great morning. I can tell you this because that's what the computer told me it was going to be. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about AI. So if you don't like AI, then turn this thing off because it'll bore you to death. But if you want to know more about AI, then please stay on. And as soon as I get through everybody else, we'll be going through this like no tomorrow. But first, since everybody's at the Mike Ferry Superstar Retreat, thank you for going. And I know you'll be watching this on YouTube shortly. In the meantime, Jennifer from Prosperity Lending, come in close. Here you go. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. So today we're going to talk about a new down payment assistance program that we are rolling out this week. It's with Chenoa. There is a lot of the same with Home as Possible, but it does have a little differences with it. So on this one, it is in every state except for New York right now. It's FHA loans only, so we can't go conventional or VA with it. And they could give you either 3.5% or 5% assistance for your down payment and closing costs. It is on every property type, you know, your single family, your PUDs, your condos, your manufactured home. There are just a little overlays with the manufactured home, basic FHA stuff where you need your HUD tag certification and your engineering cert. There is no borrower investment required, so if the down payment assistance covers everything with your seller closing costs, they don't have to have a minimum contribution. You do not need to be a first-time home buyer, and you can have ownership in another property. Those are the big things about that one. It is considered a second mortgage, and it's either forgivable after, where am I? It's forgivable after there's a 10-year term, which is forgivable, or which is a repayment, and your rate will be 2% higher than your note rate, and that was if you wanted to have a repayment on it. Or there's a 30-year forgivable at a 0% rate. The assistance is based off the sales price or the appraised value, whichever is lower, where Home as Possible is based off your loan amount. One of the big things they do look at is payment shock. So that's just one big thing to look at, especially if somebody right now is living rent-free, they're going to look at that payment shock. Payment shock is going to be based off their credit score with how high you can go with the payment shock. If you have two people that are moving in together, payment shock will can be combined between both of them. So it's not going to be looked at individual. There is no DTI restrictions. So it's going to be based off our AUS, if it gets approved or not.
Wait. What's AUS?
Automatic underwriting systems, I think. The other big thing on it is your loan to value. You can put down more money if you would like on top of the assistance, but your lowest LTV can only be 90%. So you cannot put down more than 10%, including the assistance. There are no income limits on it, and you just need at least a 600 minimum FICO. Any questions? Yep.
Here we go.
I'm sorry, I do speak fast. It's Chenoa. Yeah. Chenoa. Chenoa. It is. So you could either do it forgive. So it is. You could do either one. You could do forgivable or non-forgivable. If you do forgivable, it is a 10-year term with an interest rate 2% higher than your note rate to pay it back, and then you pay it back over that 10-year time. If you do non-forgivable, it is on there for the 30-year. It is forgiven. I'm sorry, I forgot this part. It is forgiven after 120 on-time payments for that one. But so you miss a payment, it's going to start over. So as long as you make 120 on time.
All right. Any questions? Cool.
Thank you.
Look, let's face it. They're trying to figure out every way they can to help people get into homes because it's so dang hard to do that. So, kudos. Now, next, Chicago Title is even here. Garth, you know, I got to tell you a little bit about Garth. Garth and I met, I think, I don't know how many years ago, but we were in the VA rep together when we started that, and a great guy. And, you know, Chicago Title, even, they you know, they got leprechauns at Chicago Title, but I can't. No more? Okay. All right. Come on in, Garth.
Hey, Thanks, Tom. I don't know if you guys have saw the article on real estate fraud. It was in the RJ the other day about stealing property. We're running into more and more of that every day. I just met with a broker the other day, and a gentleman came into the brokerage. She listed his property. She verified his identification, matched up with the county recorder's office, and she listed the property. Well, another guy came in a week later after he saw the posting for sale, and he came in and he said, "What are you doing selling my land? This is my land," right? He had the same identification with a different photo, right? So this is happening, right? So I don't know if you guys are familiar, but you have a very powerful tool on the MLS that was actually implemented because myself and another broker, we were taking advantage of the system. It's called eProperty Watch. It was actually put into the system in the MLS because of the things that Dave and I were doing with that tool. Basically what we were doing was we were uploading email addresses into and sending out the invitation. We were getting about a 15% opt-in rate, and Dave was generating listings from it and a lot of conversation. There was liens on people's properties. Basically what the tool does is it monitors a homeowner's home for any liens or judgments posted against their property, and the FBI is calling it the new class of lien fraud, and the only way to protect yourself is by proactively monitoring the property. So every real estate agent that has access to the MLS has access to this tool, and every homeowner should have access and the ability to have their property monitored. If you're looking for a flyer to send out to generate leads to put into eProperty Watch, if you want assistance with uploading those email addresses into the system and getting leads from that, it's a valuable tool that's generating a lot of listings. And so I have a friend of mine in California. I sent it out to him. We were talking about it. He used to be an agent here, Michael with EXP in California. And he got a neighborhood. I generated the emails for him. He uploaded about 400 people. Opened up a lot of conversations. He got a phone call, a lady down at, I think, Newport Beach wanted to list her property. It was a duplex. He listed that one, and the only way she would list that one is if the neighbor who had another duplex listed his along with it and sold it as a package deal. So that was a few $1 million in sales right there from those eProperty Watch leads. So if you'd like assistance with that, let me know. I'm just a phone call away. Thanks so much. No, because basically what they're doing is they're fraudulently recording ownership records. They'll refinance the property, so the homeowner won't even know until they start getting foreclosure notices, right? So those are the things that are going on. So Homestead really wouldn't. Homestead will show up on the property watch because it's recorded. So. Well, we do take protective measures. We do send out a letter when we open escrow. Send out a letter to the owner, making sure that they're aware that their property is being listed. So we do that. We also verify, of course, the identification. We had somebody come in. It was a renter that had come in, and an agent listed the property. They came in to sign their loan docs or their seller's docs, and the notary, our notary, said, "Hey, we need your identification, sign my notary book." He said, "Well, I don't have it with me. I left it at home. Let's just get this taken care of. I'll bring it in later," right? Well, that raised a red flag, and it turned out he was actually the renter of the property, not the owner of the property. And so this is happening, right? So this broker that I was telling you about that had the land deal, the fraudulent land deal for sale, in the last 90 days, she's had three people come in to sell. So be wary. In that article, if you'd like the article, I can forward it over to you. But in that article, one of the brokers said that she does everything she can to verify that she is dealing with the actual owner. But not all real estate agents and realtors take that additional step, and so it's important that you do so, especially with everything online now. People might call you out of New York wanting to list property, and so you got to be really careful. But if you'd like to utilize eProperty Watch to generate leads, just let me know, and I can help you out with that. So thank you, Tom. Appreciate it, sir.
So look, it's important more now than ever with the kind of fraud out there is to try to do as much as you can. And what a simple thing if someone's trying to list a property to send out a letter to the titled address, sending a thank you note, right? Something as simple as that, which you should be doing anyway. But simple stuff to follow up, which we seem not to do as much as we should be. So with that, Janet, do you have some stuff some stuff from Janet's Corner about what's going on?
Well, first of all, I didn't know I was going to speak today, so I'm not that prepared. But I will tell you a true story. So years and years and years ago, when Jimmy Kimmel had his late night show on TV, I never saw it. But I was actually punked by Jimmy Kimmel late night. And the deal was, this woman called me up to list the property same day, called twice to be sure I was going to be on time because they had to get back to California. Then called me again when I'm en route and said, I'm running late, but my husband's there. So I walk in fully prepared to take this beautiful listing in a gated community in Summerlin. And I walk in, and the guy introduces himself to me, and I said, what's your name again? And he told me. I said, you are not on title to the property. And I was actually on TV because I wasn't the only agent they punked, but I was the only one that got up and refused to take the listing. So be aware, that was happening back in whenever he was on, the 90s? I don't know.
He's still on.
Well, the late night.
Stay up that late, but he's still
No.
on TV.
Okay, so here's what I have. Pete Torciello at our, what's that place? Thank you. Sky Canyon office is doing a back-to-school drive. I brought in a bunch of stuff this morning. So please buy backpacks, school supplies, donate them to Pete's office. He's doing his big giveaway on August 5th. And I will give you a hint. Smith has a box of 24 crayons for 50 cents. Shelley. Yeah, because they're going to have to put them all together, so they'll have to be there. I don't know, I haven't talked to Pete, but they should be there in time for them to have time to pack the back. Okay, and the only other thing I have is, if you've been around a while, you know that every year we raffle off bottles of booze starting about this time to raise money for making strides against breast cancer. Yeah, well, with the turnouts that we're now having for our office meeting with the rotations, we wouldn't be making the money that we've made in the past. So what we're doing is we're putting together huge baskets of booze, not just a bottle, but huge baskets. There will be wine baskets, there will be booze baskets, there will be tequila baskets. And we're selling the raffle tickets, and there are flyers in every office except this one, and that's because I forgot them this morning. So, but I'll run them off before I leave, and leave some here. It tells you you can pay for your baskets, the raffle tickets. You can Venmo the money to Bill Oliver, or you can give me the money when you see me, because I do make all the office meetings. But please help us raise money for making strides against breast cancer, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Janet. So, the part you all been waiting for, right? AI. What is it? Some of you probably heard ChatGPT and all that kind of stuff, and you've seen all kinds of ads on Facebook and everywhere else through social media and otherwise, trying to get your money. Just to let you know, ChatGPT is free. Let me repeat that again. ChatGPT is free. You can sign up for an account without having to pay. I think the pay side is like $20 or something like that, but the side I've used is free, and I log in to my account. Everything that I've looked up beforehand is on the left-hand side, and it remembers everything that you've done with it. I don't know how much longer ChatGPT will be around or this stuff, because there are lawsuits. People are feeling their content's being stolen, and it is, right? It goes through the web and steals other people's stuff and provides you with the data and the information. But without having to worry about how long it's going to be here. It's here right now, and you should be using it to be able to generate some very simple stuff. Everybody has writer's block. I don't know what content, I don't know how much content or what I should be saying, all that kind of stuff. Using ChatGPT by giving it simple prompts will provide you with a baseline of what you should be saying. And with that, you're able to then move it around, re-say stuff that it's saying that you should be saying so that you have content. There is no excuse not to have the content that you need to be able to provide all kinds of videos, all kinds of posts, all kinds of Instagrams, whatever it is that you use for social media, you should be able to do it, and it's really, really simple. I'm going to go through some client attraction prompts, right? If you want to attract clients, and you don't, and instead of saying, "Hi, my name's Tom Blanchard, and I work at Signature Real Estate Group, and I'm here today to tell you that you should be buying a house." What the, right? Okay. Now that's what normal you'd start out with, right, and try to figure out how to do more and more stuff. But it's pretty simple when you can put into ChatGPT into its prompt and say something like, "Give me an SEO optimized for Facebook post or video," right? A post or video script with 5 reasons people love moving from wherever to Vegas, right? Give me 5 reasons why people love moving from New York to Vegas. Now, this kind of a prompt was designed to help, provide you some buyers, right? And it'll spit out a bunch of stuff. And you take that information and you can remanipulate it. And then you can even put it back in to ChatGPT and ask it to optimize it for a 1,000-word LinkedIn article, right, that you can put onto LinkedIn. Or turn it from a post to a video script, right? And it'll give you the actual backgrounds you should have. It'll generate all that stuff, and it takes away your need to be, I don't want to say this, artsy-fartsy, right? I'm not an artsy guy, right? I don't know what background I should have or anything like that, or what my script should be reading, because I'm not a script writer. By the way, they're on strike, and there's a reason why, right? They're stealing their stuff right now. But all that good stuff is something that you just need to have. There's some key prompts that I want you to really understand, and that's, you need to ask it, like, give me an SEO, what's search engine optimization, right? SEO optimized for Facebook, Instagram, post or video script, and then ask it for the 7 reasons to do this, the 5 reasons to do that. But those initial words, give me an SEO optimized for Facebook, Instagram script that has whatever it is that you want to provide, is a key, right? And it can be 7 reasons for buying a house, 5 things renters wish they would have known before buying a home, 7 things every homeowner should do before listing their home, right? 5 biggest mistakes homeowners in Vegas make before listing their home for sale. Now, if you're talking about mistakes for listings, guess what? Who's it going to attract? People that are looking to sell their home, right? If you're looking for buyer stuff, listing stuff. Here's a good one. Give me the 7 biggest regrets homeowners in Las Vegas have after listing their home for sale, right? Including the 7th one, not calling you, okay? This is one of the focused on attracting potential listing clients. So it's real simple. I have a whole bunch of them here. If you want the list, you can get it from me, or I stole this from Inman, so you can go on Inman and get it, right? Look, I'm not a creative guy. I just have a great ability to recreate the wheel that's already been there. Now, social media optimization. Again, it's the same thing, right? Give me an SEO optimized Instagram profile, okay? If you don't know what to say about yourself, ask ChatGPT. It'll tell you, right? Give me an SEO optimized Instagram profile for Tom Blanchard, a realtor in Las Vegas with the following accolades and destinations. You feed it some information about yourself, and it'll spit out a glowing thing about you, right? So not only can you use this on Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube, but for some other necessary needs, if you're trying to put together a profile, it'd be a great thing to use on anything. Okay? Now, if you have, let's say a buyer has or a seller has some question about something that is difficult, you don't know how to answer it, or things like, well, why would I be considering on buying a home with pricing the way it is right now? Isn't it too expensive or whatever? You can ask ChatGPT. You can say, hey, give me an SEO optimized Facebook post with 5 reasons a potential home buyer should consider buying a home in Las Vegas despite an increase in interest rates. Now, it'll provide you with that information. All right, it'll spit out a whole bunch of stuff within a minute at the most. Now, what you can then say is, after it spits it all out, say, the next thing I want you to do is provide the Facebook post and convert it. After it provides you the post, is ask it to convert it into a 1,000-word optimized LinkedIn article. So now if you just made a post on Facebook, you now have a 1,000-word LinkedIn article, and then you can ask it to do an Instagram post with hashtags, and it'll provide you with that. And then you ask it to convert the Instagram post into an SEO optimized video script for an Instagram reel, and it'll provide you with that, or TikTok, or a YouTube short as well, right? You guys, the world is your oyster on this one. You just need to ask it, and it'll provide you the content that you need, right? Now, it may come out a little wonky, may come out that you need to, change words here or there, but which would you prefer? A blank screen, or at least some words that give you some guidance on which way you should go, right? It's not the end-all, be-all, but it helps provide you with a pathway to be able to bring this content to life so that you'll have it, you'll be able to use it. There are no more excuses, right? No more excuses on why I can't bring content to life. Why can't I put out 5 Facebook posts a day, right? There's no reason. The only reason why is because you just don't want to do it. And if you're having an issue, I'm going to give you this good one here. If you're not sure about how to give it a prompt, to give ChatGPT or AI, whatever you want to call it, a prompt, is you can say, hey, ChatGPT, and this is what you put in there, you are an AI designed to help real estate professionals generate a list of the top 10 to 15 prompts for yourself. These prompts should be about, and you put whatever it is that you want, like lead generation prompts, right? It'll spit out 15 prompts that you'll need to put back into ChatGPT to provide you with the content necessary. So it's as simple as asking ChatGPT what I should be asking, and it'll tell you. And then you put in that, and it'll spit out the stuff. So there is no reason why you can't do ChatGPT and build content for days, right? I mean, I have lead generation prompts, social media prompts, client attraction prompts, and it's all simple. All right? Now, I know we're supposed to run till 10:30, but I don't know how hard I could beat you guys on the head with ChatGPT. You guys have any questions before I give you a whole bunch of time back? And Brandon's going to kill me, but that's okay. No questions. Maybe you should ask ChatGPT, what should I be asking Tom to be able to have questions for the AI stuff? Lois, do you, huh? ChatGPT. ChatG, George, Paul, Tom, right? ChatGPT, and it'll come up. Oh, Mr. Hoops, way in the back. Does it have a laptop version? It actually has a phone version. Yes. So look on your computer, laptop, or phone, it has it all. All three versions. Any other questions? Come on, guys. Help me out here. At least help me burn it till 10 o'clock. I got 4 minutes left. I don't know if I can stretch this. Janet.
So, I just want to point out that sometimes I get stuff, and I know this person did not write this at all. I can tell by the words that are used that are more than one syllable. And I think if you're going to use it, shouldn't you, like, you're doing, like, not a list, not give me the 5 reasons, but maybe a narrative.
So when you ask ChatGPT to provide you with content, you can tell it the tone, i.e., I want to answer this in a professional manner. I want to answer this in a relaxed manner. I want to answer it like John Huston would, right? And it'll change the tone, the tonality of the words that it uses, and provide that content in that person's or that kind of saying. Now, there are other AIs out there that you can pay for that will be able to, you feed it a bunch of the stuff that you've already printed and made posts on, and it will then learn the way you speak in posts and provides you with the content in your speak. So it's amazing what it'll do. All you got to do is play with it. And if you're not willing to do that and to help provide you with the content, why? Right? We can all provide you with all this kind of information and ability to find content and create videos and do that. But it still rests on you doing that work. Right? I can't do it for you. I can't do the video for you. I'd love to. I love sitting in front of a camera and doing all kinds of videos. Right? I'm in love with myself, and it's okay. It's just me. It's all right. But I know Lois is sitting here. You have some great stuff. Oh, school. CEs? Come on in. Come on in. This is, I play it loose.
Can you hold that? So I just wanted to update the CEs that are coming up. So I've got one tomorrow. That is on risk reduction for the real estate licensee. So that's the 19th at Spanish Ridge. Then I've got...
And you're teaching that, right?
Yeah. And then I've got another one on 8-2. It's contract soup to nuts for buyers. It's a contracts class. Again, okay, this thing, my husband did this and he did it all wrong. But the one on Wednesday, 8-2, is 10 to 1 at Spanish Ridge, contracts. 8-9, Code of Ethics, what are you missing? And that is also at Spanish Ridge, 10 to 1.
Now, the ethics one covers the triennial for
Yes.
NAR.
Yes. Okay, and then the last one is Wednesday, 8:23, residential appraisal and valuation. That is 9 to 12. Anything that's Zoom is 9 to 12. Okay, so just go onto the website, signatureschoolnv.com, go to continuing ed, sign up, and if you would do me a favor and put in the dates that you're signing up for, instead of the name of the class or the number, I need the dates, because my assistant's funny that way.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Lois. By the way, the CEs are a great thing that Brandon does for all the agents here. It's free. If you're not using it, then shame on you. All right. You guys missed a great one when I taught it for REO stuff. So, holy mackerel. Yeah, and by the way, hold on. Yeah. So I'll be honest about it. So I had screen blank, right? I looked at my screen. How am I going to write a class on REOs? And I tried it several times. And it just, I'd get just complete writer's block. So I fed the question to ChatGPT, and it provided me with first I asked for an outline. Right? It was out there. Okay, I just need an outline, and then I can write it. And it gave me an outline. And I said, damn, this is pretty spot on now that I think about it. Right? So then I took each part of my outline and fed it back into ChatGPT, and it provided me with the content for the class. It was freaking amazing, and it was pretty spot on. I mean, there were some things that were wrong. There were some things that I needed to add because it just didn't have the flair or the color that I needed to provide in the class. But oh my gosh, a 3-hour class printed out within maybe 6 hours at most, right? Altogether. So anything that you want to do, you can do by just asking it to do it for you and help provide you with the path, right? And it really is, it's a pathway of what you should be doing, an outline, taking that information and putting it back in and asking it to expound, and it did. It's simple. Don't be scared of it. No one else knows what you're writing in it other than ChatGPT, right? Some AI computer somewhere over, who knows where. So don't be afraid of it. Use it to help bring yourself some content that you can then provide to your social media posts and stuff, so that you have some ability to find some clients. And even with their stuff, imagine going to a listing presentation where you've already prompted and put together a description for an MLS. Oh, this is what I'm going to put out about your property. And here's the script that we're going to do for the videos that we're going to provide for your property when we list it. It's your ability to be able to be ahead of the game by using this is incredible, but it does no good unless you use it. And with that, Janet, you more. Yes. Okay, well, when you put it in, when you put your description of what you've written or what ChatGPT has written, anything will be flagged, right, if it's going to violate anything, because that's automatic. But yeah, I mean, how do I want to say this without being really mean? Don't just take the content, and throw it up in MLS. Make sure that it's what you would say, but in a more nicer way, right? Make sure you still, that you don't lose your personality in what you're writing and what you're putting up there and what you're copying and pasting, all right? So, anything else? Well, with that, I'm going to get, Shelly, you got anything else? Yes, please. Oh my gosh, rates are going down, right? Really? I had a 50-50 shot of making that one right.
How is everyone? So I use ChatGPT on a lot of my social media posts. I use them for the hashtags because it's really hard to create the descriptions for me. There's a fan blowing right up. Okay.
Like Tony Robbins.
I also use it for scripting as well. So a lot of my videos that I'll put on there, I'll tell it like, hey, I want to create a short reel based off of whatever, interest rates or whatever the case may be. And then I change it. The one thing I don't rely on is that it is me. I still put in things that would sound more like me versus the AI. But to share with you where interest rates are at today, so we had seen rates go up for past couple of weeks. They have come down. As of last week, we saw a nice little dip down because of the index, the Consumer Price Index report, CPI, yes, and inflation report, as well as our PPI, which is our Producer Price Index. Everything is moving in the right direction. Remember, as the Fed was increasing interest rates, that's where our mortgage rates were going up. They've been working to decrease inflation, which inflation then will also mean that rates will come down. I want to share, so I think we're still projected to see that rates will hit into the 6% range by the end of the year. There is something on Facebook, I don't know if you guys saw this, it's a video of Tom running down the street.
Really?
No. And it's this AI video of one person running down this neighborhood with rates at 7% today. Then the rates drop 0.5%. 2 more people join in that race. Then the rates drop another 0.5%. And then guess what? There's a whole neighborhood running down the street trying to get to that one house. That's what's going to happen when rates actually decrease. And so I would say this is definitely the time for you to start getting in front of your clients, getting re-engaged with your buyers who maybe were on the fence, and really working even your sellers today, right? We know the inventory is low today. Then to share another story, I had a client that actually came to me asking about a home equity line of credit. So he had an interest rate of 2.75. 2.75, wanted to get a home equity line of credit because when he moved into the home, he bought a pool. He had to get the landscaping done, decided that he wanted to also put solar on the pool. Yeah, all these great things. Then he wanted to come to consolidate those bills. Based on a home equity line of credit, you're capped at how much you can actually provide for equity, and he didn't have enough equity in this particular case. So we talked a little bit about strategy, what he wanted to do. He actually then said, well, what if I just sell my home? I'm like, well, let's circle you back to see if there's actually a home out there that has this new pool or beautiful pool, new landscaping, solar, the house that you really want. And so he found a home. He actually, very similar to the home that he had all the bells and whistles that he just put in. He closed on that home with a higher interest rate than the 2.75. He paid off all of that debt, and he's actually sitting in that home with a $1,500 payment. That's a lower total monthly payment today. What's even better about that is when rates go down, that payment is actually going to be even cheaper for him today, and he's still in that home. So I think a lot of people get so afraid of hearing, oh, well, I have a 2.75% interest rate, and you just pass. Right? You just move on. There are other things that are happening in our clients' lives today that may make sense for them to actually maybe sell their home, maybe refinance that home. And so don't get, when people come up to me, that's the first thing they say, oh yeah, but I have a 2.75 interest rate. Yeah, but how's your credit card debt? How's your car payment? Did you just buy a new car? Did you just buy a new pool? Whatever that may be. So, any questions for me? Mortgage interest rates?
Going great.
No? Any questions for me? Okay, thank you guys.
All right, thank you, Shelley. All right, with that, look, if there's anything else that you guys want to know, please contact one of your brokers at one of the offices. If you need help with ChatGPT, reach out to me in the app. More than happy to help you, provide you with these copious notes that Inman provided me. I'm going to give credit to credit's due, right? I didn't write this stuff up. I'm nowhere near as intelligent as all this stuff. So I just know where to get it. Right? I don't know which is more intelligent, the guy who writes it or the guy that knows how to get the information. I don't know. So with that, have a great day. Go out and get some listings because, God's sakes, the buyers are coming back. So get ahead of the curve, get some listings, and put that inventory in your pocket so that when it's time for someone to buy, they got to come to you. You don't have to go to somebody else. All right, bye.